What is up, everybody? Welcome to Week 10 podcast. Again, I'm Sam, and we have with us Rob. Rob, how's it going, sir?
It's going, about as good as a 2-18 can be, my friend.
Hey, gotta keep that head up. Now I saw your post about the accounting information, and I want to point this out to everybody before we get going. It's very useful information. As you can see on your screen here, because I had trouble looking for it too. At the very top menu, the red menus, you just go under Reports, Franchise, and then Accounting. And then under there, you'll see all the fees that are due and who paid what and who owes what. And so on. So that way, if you feel like it's incorrect or something, you can definitely reach out to Rob about that. But that's interesting information. I didn't know about that, so I'm passing it on to you guys.
I'd like to point out a specific deadbeat here in this thing, and Elo Silverde, I'm coming for you, dude.
He better pay up.
Better pay up, pal.
Better get that summer job.
Yeah, summer job.
Well, anyways, Rob, let's take a look at the standings. I don't know if we can talk about. Maybe we could talk about if whoever can make the playoffs. So let's look at the first conference here. El Oso Verde and SmackDown Hotel is comfortably in the lead there. And
I don't think it's too early to talk about that. El Oso Verde SmackDown Hotel can make the playoffs. They're not guaranteed, but I'm going to leave that with everybody here. It's still fairly wide open. Anything can happen. And Raunchy Nuggets is hanging on by a strand.
He needs a lot of help.
Well, yeah, and, he's only like maybe a game out of like the wild card or a couple games out, but the problem is he's number 3 in a 2-team race, and, of course, there's 2 teams coming out of one division, one out of the other. So who cannot make the playoffs? Fat Wagon cannot make the playoffs.
Now the good news is Scott has technically more points. Wait, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong place. Yeah. He has more points than SmackDown Hotel, so there's that chance, right? Points for
there's one loss, but he's mathematically alive, so it's way too early for that. So absolutely. I mean, SmackDown Hotel finally lost the game, so it's he's rolling.
Yep, and the other division, it looks like it's a 2-man race right there.
But and definitely the Bagger the Bad Ninja Assassins are in there, and definitely Gangrene is laughing at himself. But it's Kelly Knights is, we cannot mathematically eliminate him yet. It's a hell of a haul. I'm sure he's kind of going, yeah, Rob, shut up. But it's he's still there. I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, and we do play. You got one more game cross conference this week, and then you come right back in the division. And you were the Bagger of the Back could go on a losing streak, and Kelly Knights, he swoops out. You never know, man.
Yeah, and I did want to mention that I do play SmackDown Hotel this weekend. So I mean, the winner loser. I mean, we're talking about the wild card here. Possible wild card spot for the winner. So it's an important game. I'm on a 3-game losing streak myself. So
I play my son. He's 8-2, and I'm 2-8. So this is not how I envisioned it. I did not bring this child into this world to embarrass me, nor did I bring him into this league to embarrass me. So it's whatever.
Let's take a look at the other conference now.
There's another conference?
Oh my God, the fire division. I mean, does anybody? That's wide open still. Jeez.
Well, it is, man. And High Rollers, all of a sudden, I think he's got it under control, and he's 4 in a row, and he's looking real good. Straight LA, Hard Foundation, New Denver, even hanging in there. So yes, that division is very, very wide open. I mean, you got to like High Rollers with the points, but man, I mean, it just takes a straight LA victory. I mean, that's a fun division there, and I look forward to talking about Hard Foundation's game later. So that was an interesting one. Yeah. And then the last one we got Savs just killing it, and he's killing it,
and surprisingly he lost this past weekend, so that kind of helps everybody else.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like surprisingly that is his 3rd time. He's playing 70% clip this year, but it's the thing is the other 3 teams are actually right in there, and if they can, let's just say a major injury or whatnot and it falls apart, and somebody else gets hot, I mean, they're still within striking distance. But I mean, if I'm Savs, I'm feeling pretty good with 4 games to go in a 3-game lead. Not to mention a ridiculously huge point lead, so it's basically like 4 games. So All right, let's be real here. Savs wins, and he's going to wins one more game. He wins the division, right? I don't care what the rest of the guys do, right? So.
Yeah.
All right.
Sav's kind of hurting. I mean, Tyron Taylor, but whatever.
Who's the kid that's replaced him?
This rookie Peterson? No, Patton. I don't know. See, look, I don't even know. Anyway.
God,
hey, let's talk about our first game here. Speaking of Savs, the Hart Foundation versus Savs. And as you can see here, Tyron Taylor was started with 0 points. I mean, Buffalo is hard to figure out because, 1 minute they have great defense, the next minute they couldn't even stop the run against the Saints. I mean, the Saints isn't known for their rushing, right? And I have Buffalo's defense, so yeah, I'm stupefied by that. And the Hart Foundation, 127 is all it took to win, to beat Savs here. Both quarterbacks for the Hart Foundation, Kirk Cousins and Cam Newton, performed very well. I mean, that was the whole team basically. But yeah, Savs just had a bad week. That's all. 106. I mean, you rarely see Savs score under 150. But, it happens, Rob, right? 106 one weekend. I mean, it happens.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor, man. I guess you do bench him after he gets 0 points in all fantasy leagues. I don't know, man. I mean, it seems like this guy should get a better deal. Savs, let's be real here. I mean, Devin Funchess kind of keeps it respectable. That's nice from the back end there. Sterling Shepard, Forbath, Jaguars, but kind of goes back down to earth. And the Hart Foundation, dude, I mean, it looks like the long national nightmare is over. He obviously is bailed out by some really nice quarterback play this week because all of a sudden Fournette has turned into he's apparently hit the rookie wall, let's just say, right? But 168, man. I mean, that's after multiple weeks of living down in gangrene territory, dude, which nobody wants to be down there, right? Big win.
Yeah, big win. It leaves the door open for that division, sort of. I mean, let's face it, Rob. We know Sav's going to take it,
Oh, well, yeah, but, I mean, you get into a situation like that, it's not Savs is going to take it. I mean, I think that's a foregone conclusion. It's, is Savs going to be able to take some players here? They're going to help him move into the playoffs. Is he going to get that very coveted first-round bye where you're playing for in week 16 and 17, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's not really, I mean, a 134 is not a reason to panic, let's be real. But, I mean, you can always find some hiccups on any team here. And Julio Jones, man, again, 5 points.
Yeah, who knows what's up with that. But, congratulations, Hart Foundation, on a good win, 127 points over the juggernaut that is Savs. So,
DeMarco Murray on the pine, man, though, for Hart Foundation, and Adam Thielen on the pine for Savs. Dude, that's some massive points left on the bench there, huh?
Yeah. Let's go to the next matchup, Team Revis versus High Rollers. So, High Rollers, 107 points was all I needed, 82 points. Now, Team Revis did very well against me, and then he plays somebody else and then doesn't do that well. It's just my luck. So,
well, I mean, he comes in with 114, right? So, or whatever it was. What was it, 107?
Yeah, for High Rollers, yeah.
You and I are on two different pages when we're looking at this. Nobody worry about it. But it's, so 107. Yeah. I mean, hey, Kamara, man. Nice rookie, huh?
Yeah. Could be Rookie of the Year now, because like you said about Fournette hitting the rookie wall, Kareem Hunt hit the rookie wall. So now somebody has to, emerge from somewhere.
Well, yeah, Kareem Hunt, he's hit the rookie wall a little bit. I still think he'll be back. That schedule for Kansas City eases up intensely after this point. The thing with Kamara that might keep him going a little bit longer is they did that whole ridiculous Adrian Peterson signing thing for like the first 3 weeks of the season, 4 weeks of the season.
Yep.
Which, it's still. Is there anybody in the world that thought Peterson was going to be a good fit in New Orleans?
That boggles my mind. Yep.
It was crazy. So, High Rollers, man, that's 4 in a row, huh?
Yeah, and without any assistance from Matt Forte, or Ted Ginn Jr. Wow.
Yeah, well, I mean, but you'll take the cheap wins because you have the tough losses. We say that all the time. I mean, it's not like Marvin Jones really lit the world on fire either. I mean, this is pretty much a dog game. I mean, let's be real here. But Team Revis there, he's rolling high on the quarterbacks, even though, Matty Ice continues to be, you ready? Cold.
Ooh, good pun.
I don't know how much longer you can run DeAndre Hopkins out there. It's kind of silly at this point, right? So it's Tom Savage is throwing the ball, so you're not going to win a lot of games doing that. But hey, Mark, we love you.
Yeah. So congrats, High Rollers. Let's go on to the next matchup: Wolfpack versus Straight LA. Wolfpack, a disappointing showing with only 89. Straight LA 133. So pretty decent showing. Matthew Stafford did well again with 30 points. Ben Roethlisberger 19 points. Hey, AJ Green after the choking incident came back and put up a decent point with 28.
Well, yeah. I mean, that was all basically on one touchdown, right? And which I enjoyed quite a bit because I have the Red Ranger, Andy Dalton, who led me to triple digits this week. Roethlisberger, this is kind of like the battle of the has-beens here. I mean, honestly, and I don't mean Wolfpack and Straight LA, although they certainly qualify. Okay. So this coming from the 2-8 team. No, but more so at the top there with Drew Brees versus Ben Roethlisberger. It's over, guys. I mean, Brees. I mean, let's be real. Brees is like 10 times the quarterback that Roethlisberger could ever hope to be, and yet Roethlisberger has twice as many Super Bowls, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, absurd. I mean, we had the debate at the bar the other day on, it's a wide open debate for who the worst, quarterback to ever win one Super Bowl is, and it seems like it's a slam dunk for anybody that's won two, and you would always say, well, that's Eli Manning. I mean, come on now, but I'm not sure, man.
Yeah,
I mean, Roethlisberger's a piece of crap, dude. So it's, although I'd still say Eli's worse.
Yeah, I mean, Roethlisberger's first Super Bowl. I mean, that was like I think the lowest QBR ever in a Super Bowl. His first one, and of course, I mean, Peyton Manning did horrible his last Super Bowl too.
Well, yeah, Peyton's not a great playoff player. I mean, there's no question about it. But Eli, I mean, I guess you could say this about Eli. It's, I mean, he beat the Patriots both times. They just, but both those games are kind of fluky. But I don't know. Anyway, Wolfpack, not a good week. You get Drew Brees. I don't see him being anything of a high-end fantasy quarterback ever again. Nor do I see it out of Ben Roethlisberger. It's, I mean, their best days are behind. I mean, these guys, they do get old, man.
Yes.
I mean, Brees is 38?
Yep. But,
all that skirt chasing the co-eds just did Big Ben in finally, man.
In Breeze's defense, they were up and they just needed to run at the clock. So that's in Breeze's defense. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Well, in the real world football, you need to do nothing to defend the great Drew Brees. That guy's had a fantastic career and is just an amazingly awesome quarterback. I mean, had he ever been provided a defense or two, I mean, I mean, seriously, this guy probably should have won like 4 Super Bowls. He's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, so put him on Pittsburgh and come on, man. I mean, let's reverse the players there. Nobody cares about Big Ben, and Drew Brees is probably a 4-time winner,
Yeah.
Never had a running game, never had a defense, so it's not really close.
Yeah.
But regardless, this is fantasy football, and I do like the Wolfpack's Saints and Steelers out there, 35 points out of that, but, not enough. Straight LA, big win for him. He's back right in the mix.
Yeah. Let's go to the next matchup now. It's a big one. Discount Belichick versus New Denver. New Denver pulls it out 168 to 146. High scoring game. And then that's Discount Belichick with zeros on his running backs. That's crazy. And then to put up 146 points,
Well, the Patriots' defense finally has started to rear its head, right? They seem to be getting it together now just in time. And, again, playing against, Denver's, God, the special team, Sam. Dude, I'm telling you, if that team doesn't have Von Miller, they are the Cleveland Browns, man, without all the excitement. I mean, that team sucks, dude.
Yeah.
They're tough to watch. And the fact that game is on Sunday night is – Peyton Manning, I was hoping he was going to come back and play, man. It's absurd. So I mean, he had some big games. Jared Goff, this guy is for real now. I heard coming home today, Are the current Rams going to beat out the greatest show on turf for average points in a season? You go, no way, until you realize that, at that time back in 99, 2000, what was that, 2000, 99, that 33 points a season was just unheard of, and that's what they averaged, a little bit ahead of it. And this year's is like at 32.8. So,
yeah.
Albeit that schedule gets pretty hard. That's a great game coming up this week too. Rams and Vikings, man. I mean, that's the kind of game I want to watch.
Yeah, and
I went out and spent like a bunch of money to watch the Giants and Niners play the other day.
Oh my God! I mean, only the Giants would make the Niners look like a playoff team. You know what I mean? It's like, jeez.
New Denver, though, man. I mean, it's just he's got points all over the board. That Rams defense, that got the Rams in general and their fantasy relevancy this year is a surprise to me. I did not see that coming.
Yeah,
and I don't know if a lot of people did. So
the new young head coach, definitely has a major role because it's the same players from last year minus Sammy Watkins, who's not doing anything this year. I mean, it's the same players from last year, but different head coach. So, I think
Sammy's doing what he's always done when he's healthy. He's running decoy. Okay, so it's don't knock there. What blows me away is I don't know. This has got to be the fifth time this year I've looked at it, and the Rams. I'm like, 32. I mean, these are great points out of teams. Yeah. 32 points, you'll take it every single time, right? I mean, it's a huge day out of your defense. You expect to win. And he did. So good for him. I love that the two David Johnson owners are bucking the trend and staying relevant here.
Yeah. And monster game from Mark Ingram. Against that stupid Buffalo defense.
That game's confusing.
Yeah. So New Denver 168. Helps this win helps them stay relevant in that chase. So good job.
He's alive, man. He's alive.
Let's go to the next matchup: the Fat Wagon versus the Bag or the Bat. 114 is all it took for Tay to beat Dave here. 89 points. DeMarco Murray did well for Dave. That's about it, really.
DeMarco Murray had a big game. Philip Rivers, dude, throw him in the pile, man.
Yep.
He's in the Ben Roethlisberger. It's over, Fantasy-wise, it's over for sure with him. But Eli Manning, I mean, Eli Manning, him, and Eli Manning, Big Ben, and Rivers all came out in the same class. Remember that?
Mm.
Yeah. And, I still think the Giants got the bum into that deal, even though they won the 2 Super Bowls. But, it's Fat Wagon. Relevant. He owes exactly $130 to the pool at this point.
And
we're at weekend. The Bag of the Bat owes about $850. And he'll pay it, so I'm concerned.
For some reason, the Bag of the Bat started Ezekiel Elliott, but then I see from his running backs, I guess it doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't have anybody. So.
Same with Greg Olsen on the other side. They just didn't have any players available. Thank God we were through the bye weeks. It's for the most part.
Yeah.
You had a couple, but it's. Hey, how about the resurgence of Jimmy Graham though? That's something to kind of point out.
Yeah. I mean, I was a fan of him from New Orleans, and I hope he had a better year. His first year with Seattle. But I'm happy for him. He's doing good.
That's a cheap win for the Bag of the Bat, but he'll take it.
He'll take it. Yeah, 114, but that also puts me ahead of him in points. So it's a chase down there. Between me and him, it's a chase. So we'll have to see how it goes from there.
Still, something tells me Tay's not afraid.
He better be. Oh, he better be. Let's go to the next matchup real quick. Like we were talking about, SmackDown Hotel versus Kelly Knight. Not a good week for SmackDown Hotel. He usually does better. I mean, 86 points. Is not his usual self, but Golden Tate is your leading scorer.
Well, it's going to be tough to pile on a player after winning 6 in a row. All things do come to an end, So it's he's been red hot and extremely relevant. It was a bad week. Matchups weren't great. I mean, you could probably see that one coming in. That's a situation where you're probably hoping a little bit more out of Todd Gurley. The Alfred Morris thing, Dallas getting behind was the problem there. And, so I'm not going to pile on that. Kelly Knights, gets the win, dude. 124, and he's staying relevant. And I don't have it in front of me, but that's like his second or third in a row. So he's still in there.
Yeah.
And at this point, honestly, I mean, Fitzgerald, AJ Green, and Adam Thielen looks pretty all right. He's got to stop running those Dolphins, man. Hide from the Miami Dolphins. I know he's a fan.
Yeah, you can't be a fan. You can't be a team fan in fantasy football.
Man, that team is actually going to get Adam Gase fired. They're so bad. I mean, so it's like they're unwatchable. 3 times in a row on primetime TV. Three primetime games in a row. Based on a 9-7 record last year. I guess.
Yeah.
Damn football on TV. I guess we have low standards now, right? So,
yeah, and there's finally a Christian McCaffrey sighting, So I think that's one of the first times we ever even said his name, that did well. So.
I was pointing out to my son the other night. I kind of love that, Ed McCaffrey. I've always told Nolan he'll grow to be my size, but then again, Ed McCaffrey's like 6'5" and Christian's like 5'7".
Yeah.
So maybe not. I don't know, dude. But you can beat your dad in fantasy football this week. Honestly, Sam, I really only show up for the playoffs anyway, so I don't care about all these rivalries. They're big deals to people in like week 11.
Yeah. So congrats to Kelly Knights. And I have to face SmackDown until next week. This week, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, let's go on to our next matchup. Your matchup. Gang Green versus Raunchy Nuggets. You put up a decent fight, Rob.
I did. I foreshadowed this by saying I don't care about regular season games on down years. I own Scott in the playoffs, so kudos. Aaron Jones is hurt.
Yes.
Rob Kelly's hurt. It's yeah. I lost, man. Devin Funchess. My team sucks, dude. The Patriots finally, and had they done something like, I don't know, in weeks 1 through 9 or 8 at least, I might be somewhat relevant at this point, but they didn't. So, but they got 33 now. It's cool. I hate the Patriots, dude. I can't stand them. I hate this team. I hate Ben Roethlisberger. I hate Detroit running backs. I hate Antonio Brown. I hate Des Bryant. I hate the freaking Patriots. I like Matt Prater. He's cool. I like Jordy Nelson, but Aaron Rodgers is hurt. I hate these guys, dude. I mean, dude, I absolutely despise my team. I can't stand it. Andy Dalton, I mean, the fact that I have garbage like that on my team leading the way outside of that, I hate these dudes. And I'm purposely doing this. I let you have Goff last week because I could have had him for 2 reasons. One, because I didn't want to spend any more money on quarterbacks. I figured the fat man will, trudge his way through the year to bore me in the AFC Championship game again against the Patriots. And 2, because I hate Ben Roethlisberger and I hate this team. So kudos to Raunchy Nuggets. This is a big game, dude.
I was wondering why you picked up Roethlisberger, or I was wondering why you picked up anybody at all. Because
Well, I gotta be relevant, dude. I mean, I'm not just gonna lay down. Jesus Christ, I play Scott, I play my son, and then I play my division. For God's sakes, man. I'm trying to put a team out there, but I'm not kidding you, man. I hate this team. I hate it. I can't stand these guys. I'm glad Antonio Brown sucks this year, man. So, I mean, dude, Des Bryant, really? I hate the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks should be better, though. He's short.
That's tough, Rob. Sorry, Rob. I feel for you, Rob.
Nobody feels for me.
Scott, good win for you. Good win for you. After narrowly winning by a tiebreaker last week, so he won. He won this week. Let's go to our final game, me versus El Oso Verde, and I thought I had to win going into Monday night, Rob. I was up by 40. I was up by 40-something, 39, 40 points, and stupid Cam Newton. They should have sat him. I mean, why play him when they're up so much, But anyways, I had good games for my quarterbacks, Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford, Jacksonville looked like they were going to give me negatives, but they finally scored on defense, or special teams, I believe. Yeah, nothing for my running back. Yeah, and then also, hey, great. Mark Ingram and Cam Newton. That's all I gotta say about that. And let me just complain about Cam one thing. I mean, he celebrates like a child when he gets a first down, when he gets a touchdown. He celebrates like a child, but when something doesn't go his way, he pouts like a child too. And I think that's the most annoying thing. And what I mean, like you see him on the bench just soaking, right? When he's down and stuff like that. And it's just like he's the only quarterback that acts like that when they're down or they're soaking, when they pout. I feel like there's no balance between that, the happy and the sad part, and that's my big knock on Cam. His maturity level just isn't there, you know. But hey, and Tay said, oh hey, Cam beat you, and it's ironic because you dropped him. I'm like, yeah, dude, whatever, man, I whatever. And the other quarterback I had, Watson, was doing well for me until he got injured. But no, it's good. It's good. Also good. Good job on beating me. It keeps him in first place over there in that division. But it was close. I tried.
Well, Sam, it was close. However, you lost. And Cam Newton, I think his maturity is, his inconsistency in general. I mean, 46 this week, -2 next week.
Yes, I agree.
3 1 week, 4. I mean, he had a great game that night. But I'm gonna focus on one thing. First of all, Ninja Sassanello, So Verdi, don't worry, you got a couple cheap wins coming up against Gang Green, coming right in a row. As a matter of fact, I line up like the dude or the chick in freaking the movie Airplane that just keeps getting beat by a different object each time. But Sam, I'd point out. Let's talk about you. You're saying that Cam Newton came back in garbage time and whatnot, but let's take a look at a couple of your players here. Matt Stafford, dude. Okay, Matt Stafford. What wasn't garbage time about the fact he was having to throw against the Cleveland Browns at home in general, dude? Okay? Yeah. All right? Demaryius Thomas's touchdown in, the fourth quarter so they could show that what?
That way their defense...
4-year-olds who were left, there was some memory for them? I mean, come on now. Yeah, that Jaguars game, you talk about inconsistency, dude, that team could lose to... I don't know, Clovis East. And that's hard to believe because nobody loses to Clovis East. But they could, man. They really could. So it was a strange game. I'll tell you what, I didn't think Nolan had any chance at you going in. But that's a season changer right there. Mm-hmm. Because he goes from going to 7-3 and in a murk with you at 7-3 and Tay at 7-3 and Michael at 7-3. To 8-2, and I mean that's a bad loss, brother. And I'm not trying to rub it in, man. At all. Oh, yeah. That's a tough loss, man.
Oh yeah, and like I said,
and a great game, by the way. You guys put on a good show this week. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, lost. That's like I said. That's my third loss in a row. Going up against SmackDown Hotel here. That it's a must-win for me against SmackDown Hotel. Same conference.
But I will say, Sam, you have done a brilliant job of finding quarterbacks this year. And, I would love to compliment my man SmackDown Hotel at the same time on that. But while everybody was teeing themselves over drafting quarterbacks in 2-quarterback league, I just take you back to draft night and what's going on with you two. So it's good job, guys.
Yeah.
And it's, you know my theory. I'm not giving.
Oh, sure. My second round pick running back, it hasn't been doing nothing for me at all. So I should have stuck with the quarterback on the second round. Freeman.
Yeah, or you could have done like Michael and take him in the 15th, 14th, 15th, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean they're hard to find. They really are.
Yeah.
But no, that was a good game, man. So
no, definitely. So great job, also. So that's it for our podcast today, everybody. Good luck to everybody except SmackDown Hotel. And for Rob, I am Sam. Make sure you hit that waiver wire tomorrow morning, and talk to you guys next week.
Absolutely, Sam. Thank you very much, sir.